Okay, so this is Sue from Createful Journals, and today in this call we're just going to go over some scrapbooking ideas and how we can apply the principles to our journals and plans that we already do. So I just wanted to show you, this was the basic idea of what Alexander showed in his scrapbook course of how to create these digital scrapbooking pages. So this is basically what you put in together, and he had them all themed. This one was themed about roses. You could do dogs, summer, and any pretty much any kind of niche or anything that you want. I'm just going to move. And and then he did the whole pages, so this was something that you could do there. And then what I did was I started kind of looking around, just to see what all this scrapbooking was about. And this was one site that I found. It's mymemories.com, and it just gives you ideas. Like, a lot of this is more personal use stuff, but just to see what people are actually, buying when it comes to scrapbooks. So you can see here all the nice, like the different layouts. And I'm thinking, this is good stuff to sell on Etsy. Because people like the color, they like to do digital stuff, like we were discussing before. You don't have to have all those supplies at home. You keep everything filed away on your computer, and you can make the copies obviously to keep them, and then it's easy to share with family and friends. So this was just some of the things that I saw, and these different types of pages, and then you can get into all the different frames, and people can put their images inside the frame. But so I was thinking, well, how can we maybe do this? And so it's not just for like photos. Maybe we could have just a nice layout where people could put in like a journal page, to-do list, like things like that. And then you can see on this site too, they actually do have a software that they offer that you could actually use to create your digital scrapbooks. But if you've got PowerPoint Affinity, and like, I'm trying to see how much of it we could actually do inside PowerPoint as well, because I think most people do have that already. So you can see all the different things that we can do. This is how people are using them to put in their the photos in here as well. And then another site that I found is this one over here. It's called pixelscrapper.com. And this is just to show, this page here shows you what people have done with the files that they have downloaded. All right, now if we go to the main graphics section here, these are all the items that you can actually download, so you can use. And what's nice about this site is they're allowing like commercial use to commercial use. So you do have to check the products, but what it means is that we can download these, make the adjustments to them, and then put them back in our Etsy store or PLR store if you're selling the commercial use rights. So I thought that was really helpful, especially, like, I don't consider myself a super graphic person when it comes to trying to think of all these designs and how to put them together and stuff like that. So I thought, well, this would give us a starting place to start from, and then from here, we can get our own ideas. And the nice thing about this site, if you join up, then you get credits. They give you 5 credits every day. So you can come back every day and download 5 templates for free every single day. Now, when you join up, they give you, I think it was 10 credits I got yesterday just for signing up. And then I went and posted an introduction in the in the forum, and they give you the credits to use, and then you were actually able to download a bigger kit as well. So it might be something that you just want to go and, I'm trying to use these more for ideas than just to say, I don't really want to copy it, but just if it sparks your ideas. My thing is, because a lot of this is the Photoshop PSD files is what you're getting. So how can we take this and put it over into PowerPoint, make it easy for us to create, and then how can we do all this and put it into our journals and planners. I'm just going to mute someone's noise here. Okay. Okay, I think that helps now. Okay, so what I did here, I went in and I downloaded some files and some templates, and this is what I'll show you. So if I open up Photoshop, this one here. So this is like a scrapbooking page that they're selling to people, and then you can go in here and they're putting in their photos and stuff like that. So some of the things that you can do, if you're familiar with Photoshop, is you could just start adding your own like frames in here. And I added there's another label just to make things differently. And then you can come in and add like, other notebook flowers, things like that in here. But then what I wanted to do was see, well, how can I take this basic idea and put it into PowerPoint? So this is what I came up with, and I'll show you how I did it. So this is my version inside PowerPoint. Actually, this is the first one. So I just kind of went through and I just started playing with the different shapes. I added shadows to the shapes. So, to get to that box, you're just going to come over format shape. Then this little box up here will show up. And then, you can put in the shadows just to make things like jump off the page. And then the different colors. So that's what I just started doing. And again, you can move things around with the selection pane here. So, if I wanted a different one at the front, I can just pull them back and forwards, move them around, tilt things, just to give it a little different look in here. So that was basically what I did to that one here. And then I went further and thought, well, if we do want to do the digital scrapbooking page, you can't really do the transparent background, but what I did, I just put the white fill in here just as a shape. And then people could just come in and either replace it with a picture or just, have their photo on top. So I've done all these too in like the 8.5 by 11 inches as well. So this was, something that you could put into, an Etsy store. And the nice thing about doing it in PowerPoint is if we come up to design and then go to the colors, and then you'll just see, like, we can start changing all the colors and it's going to change automatically for us. So we don't have to go and create a brand new one from scratch. So you can just come through here, then you can just go in and fine tune it. If you wanted these colors, maybe you want a different blue. So you could just fine tune the colors, but you've got a different look already just by changing the colors inside PowerPoint. Okay, and then what I did too is I figured, how, actually this was based on this one over here. This one here. And they had a little lace background, some different paper in there. So again, I'm just trying to think, well, how can I do something similar? So with this one, that's what I did here. So I basically created just the shape in here. I added a frame that I had from the graphics pack, and then I put the lacy effect in here, and then I just moved this back. Again, using the selection pane, I just moved everything into position where I wanted it. And then I just started playing with things like the transparency to give it a different look. But what I was wanting to show you is how you can create something like this shape. Now, I did this inside PowerPoint. Okay, I've still got somebody with some noise, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll just show you how you can create a shape like this, the scalloped edge inside PowerPoint. So all you do is just go insert, or go into the shapes, and we're coming down to the flow chart, and they have some different shapes in here. So I'm just picking on this one right here, and I just drew the shape. And then all I did was just rotate it. So you can rotate it that way and just get it sized however you would like it. And then once you're happy with the size and the shape, you're just going to do the Control-C and Control-V and just duplicate a few of them. And then you're just going to line them up. So I just lined them up, get them in a nice straight line. And then once I was happy with them all, okay, and now I'm just going to group them together. So just highlight them all, go right click and group. You group them together. So now I can move the whole thing and I don't have to worry about it changing. And now I can just resize it however I would like. And however, if I wanted more, I would just add more. So that's one way that you could just quickly create yourself a nice fancy looking shape inside PowerPoint without having to worry about doing it inside the Photoshop or anything. And then again, we can just go in and change the colors. You know, if you want to do the shape outline, you can add one, or just did no outline again. And if you want it to pop off the page, then we can just, you know, come over here to the format shape options and just start adding the shadows. And they have a lot of preset ones inside PowerPoint. So it's just, if you want the whole thing to have the shadow on it, you can see how it popped out there. You know, so it's just, again, it's just a matter of just experimenting with what you like. And then this was a different shape, this green one here. Again, it was just from the flowcharts shapes. I just created the same thing just to make a little different border. And then with this one down here, I just started adding a different fill. So you just come to the shape fill, go to, this one actually was a texture inside PowerPoint, and just started playing with the fill in here, and you can, you know, create different versions right there. And then this one here, I filled it with a picture. So you go to picture, and I just found a picture that had some old text on it, and I filled it with that one as well.
I've just got the domain name, and I wanted to host it with A2, I think it's called.
And then the bottom one here is just a picture, and that's just stripes that I filled the shape with as well. Okay, so that was just some different ways we can end up with having a design like this with the, you know, the scallop looking edges on your pages, just to make things look a little different there. So does anybody have any questions on that first? Questions, comments, thoughts? Okay, just check the. Yeah, what I did was, once I was happy with the design, like that's what I did for this one here. I just grouped everything together. So you just highlight everything, and then you right click and you group. And this way you can resize it. You can move things around without having to fiddle with each one individually. So that's what I did for here. And then, you know, like if you just want to move one of them, you can either ungroup them again, or if you have the selection pane open, then you can just start going in there, you know, select, and then you'll see the selection pane here, and that will open up on the side. And then you can move things in here as well. So it's just basically finding what shape you want here and moving it up or down. So this is just like layers in Photoshop, and we can just move things wherever we want them as well. Yeah, so some people, what they are doing, the ones with the frame, they are actually filling a photo. They can put a photo in there, like we'll pop back over here. I'll show you the examples again. And then this was how, so this one was how people are filling them after they buy them. They're just filling them with all the different photos. But I was just trying, you know, where I'm thinking today is how can we take this and maybe just change it up a little bit to make it work inside our the journals and planners. And again, if we do look at Etsy, you can see that there's, you know, this is a huge topic in here. I just did a quick search for the digital scrapbook pages, and there's over 34,000 results. So there's a lot of people are buying this stuff. And again, you can see all the different frames that people are doing. Even people are just giving out, you know, the digital papers for the backgrounds. And then I found, you know, these ones here, which were more towards some like different papers, so more journal papers. And this one here too. So what they've done here, they've just created 8.5 by 11 papers, and they've just put all these kind of designs on top, and then people are printing them out for their journals and using them like that. Yeah, so once you've got, I'm just checking the questions here. So yes, once you've got the page done, so if we pop back to PowerPoint, so if I was going to just sell this, say this one here as is, then I'm just going to, you know, export it as, or save it as a PNG file, and then that is what I would sell on Etsy. you know, the same as this one here. You know, you just make sure it's nicely on the page and then export it as a PNG. And this is what I would be uploading and selling on Etsy. And then people can take these and add them into their journals and planners and use them as they want. So what we're really creating is like inserts. So inserts that people can use. They can use it for scrapbooking, or if they just want to, they can put them inside a journal and use them that way as well. Yeah, if you wanted to, so you've got the shape format up here, so people can just, you know, just add in. So here, I would just insert a photo. Just see if I can find. So let's say I'm just going to insert this on top, and then they can put it in here. So they could have this with the white background, and that would be their picture. Or, you know, if this was a JPEG file, then it's going to cover the white square for them as well. So they could do something like that. And then to get to the frames behind the front frame, I mean, well, inside, if you have the editable file, that's when we use the selection pane. But as a customer, they're just going to start, you know, they're just going to decorate it. And that's another way that we can use our stickers to decorate some of these pages. So if we go here to a sticker pack, so I've got my sticker pack in here, you know, and then you can just insert, you know, if you wanted to just decorate that page with something. And then if people are using this inside like Photoshop or Paint, then they can come in and add their own text as well. So they can insert any of the PNG, you know, images and stickers, and at the same time they can come in and add their own text. So if this was a birthday picture or something they could do that as well. And then we can insert another picture on this one as well. You know, if you just wanted to insert, like here we've got some sparkles, so we could just make these bigger and decorate the pages with sparkles. And this is the type of thing that people that are scrapbooking are going to do. They're just going to decorate it to suit their needs. So as long as, you know, for us as the people that are selling them these files, as long as we've given them the PNG files, that, you know, they can easily come in and put them in there as well. Yes, so it is kind of like a collage type of thing. I mean, people, you know, and then again, you know, they could come in and, you know, just add the different pages as they like. No, this wouldn't be for like KDP or a Kindle book. It's, you know, no, people have scrapbook for many, many years, and a lot of it was, you know, you go and buy all your supplies, and then you come home and you cover your kitchen table with, you know, I've done it myself for, you know, for my boys when they were younger, and you're making your nice pages, you know, to keep, and then you put them inside a nice book, and it's like a photo album, but it's just more personalized than a photo album. So I would mainly sell these on Etsy or from your own website. And there is software that you can buy, like pop back here to this. Yeah, the mymemories.com, they actually do have software that people can use right here. You know, so, and there's actually, I haven't downloaded this really, but you can actually try it for free. And this will just help you create your own scrapbooks at home. But again, if you have Affinity or if you have Photoshop or even Paint, you know, you can create the pages yourself, and then you're just going to save them, or you can print them out too at home. It's up to you. These ones, the ones that I have looked at, I've just, all these in here, I've just created these as 8.5 by 11s because I'm trying to think of people use them as page inserts. So even if you're doing your GoodNotes digital planner, you could take this page and you could insert it into GoodNotes and you could just decorate it. So if you've got a family journal or even a travel journal, and then you can come in, use something like this, paste in all your travel photos from your vacation trip and then insert it into your GoodNotes file, or even the OneNotes. It would work in the OneNotes as well. And then, you know, but I'm just thinking everybody wants to, you know, try and get some more sales on Etsy. This would be a good way to make like printables that look different. They have a twofold purpose. We could use them for scrapbooking. We could use them for journals and planners. So it just gives you that bit more of a target market on Etsy. So if that all makes sense to you. Yeah, I mean, even if you go to places like, I think it's Michael's, they have so many craft supplies these days, and people are still doing it now. It's just with the, you know, like with all the digital marketing or digital products, it's easy to, you know, create everything digitally and then save it. You can still share it online, but then you can save it to your computer. You don't have all that. Like I know downstairs in one of the cupboards, we've got like, you know, 10 photo albums full of pictures from when the boys were growing up, you know, which is great, but they're all starting to get a little old and yellow. So if you have digitally, it's easy to share. You know, I can send pictures to my son online very easily, and you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, paying a postage to send them a photo album, things like that as well. From the My Memories, yeah, you have to watch the license on the My Memories. They have, yeah, you'll see on the graphics. I'll just bring it up again. You'll see over here, you've got the PU, which is personal use, the S4H is scrapbook for hire, and then CU would be commercial use. This one doesn't have as much commercial use. If you're looking for that, then this is where I liked the Pixel Scrapper one, because a lot of them come with the commercial use, and they have a very generous license. The main thing with these two is, if you're creating a new design from elements that you download from here, you have to have 50% has to be your own stuff or from a different site, and then you can use 50% of their items on your page or in your product. But again, I've been learning about how to make things different. So even if you're going back to Creative Fabrica, and you want to use their graphics, they always say you have to change the elements. Well, some very simple things to change elements are just flipping the images. I'll show you in here. So if you had, say, an image with the, say you have the butterfly, if you just rotate it, or let's go to format the picture. You know, if you're just moving around, rotate them, flip them, you know, once you just change it just a little bit, and they're not, you know, and then you can still, if you wanted to recolor this, we could recolor it inside PowerPoint too, so we could turn it all blue. But just doing something like that, and then incorporating another image is often enough to help with their license terms. But again, you have to read everything yourself. Like, I'm not telling you what is right or what is wrong to do here. But say we wanted to add this image as well. And then you could combine, you know, the two images inside a design. It's enough just to change the license terms. And then here you can rotate it. We could just flip it however you want to. You know, make it pop out from the frame a little bit, add the shadows, and then, you know, and then what I would do here, if you're going to sell this on Etsy, or even if you're selling with commercial use, you would group these two together and just make them into a PNG file, so they can't be extracted as two separate files. They need to be one file. Yeah, it's Pixel Scrapper was the second one. And then if you want to put this inside here, we're just going to go to the Oops. Okay, so picture 5 is the butterfly. And this is the thing too, that if you start to get a lot of elements in your selection pane, you can just rename this so you know what element is what. It's a lot easier to find. You can just call this the butterfly. And spell today. And click on this one, that's the flower up there. All right, so then we can just change the position in the selection pane, and then it's going to change where the butterfly is. Let's make that smaller, make that one bigger again. So then you can have the butterfly inside the flower. You can do something like that. Okay, and then what I would do here is, like, once you're ready with it, you can group it together, save it as the PNG file, and now you've got a brand new graphic that you just created. Okay, so hopefully that helps there. Now, and then this is what I just did with this one. I made squares, I made the scalloped edge, and then, you know, if I was going to put this on my store, I would just make all of this into the PNG images. You know, depending on the rights, like if it's something that I can give out as individual files, I could keep it in the PowerPoint file, but if not, then I have to turn it into a PNG image as well. Does anybody have any questions or comments on that? You know, then we can just pop back over and have another look at Etsy here. And this was, like I said, there was a lot of vintage stuff here, and a lot of these like journal pages. Again, and then you can just see this is what people are buying here. You know, there's a herb journal printable set here. And what I found here is a lot of people were selling like an 8x5 11 page, but they're putting 2 pages on it. So myself, I would actually do it, you know, like 2 separate pages, so people could just put them together. They can have the inserts inside the digital journal as well. And then you can even see up here in the description, you know, they're targeting things like the digital journal kits, as well as just scrapbooking. So, you know, it just gives you another market inside Etsy that you can go after. Yeah, I mean, again, like if I'm going to be giving out my PowerPoint files with commercial use, yes, I'm going to group all the, excuse me, all the elements together. If I don't, you know, on this one too, I would have to group the lace pattern and the frame together, because I can't allow you to extract it as an individual PNG or JPEG file, so I'd have to make that into an image. But these other things that I've created, I would leave these editable so that you could come in here and change the colors. Hopefully that makes sense. So is this something now that you guys think that you would actually, you know, use, want to create? You know, I'm just trying to gauge the interest if I should start putting some of these type of files in the store, or sell them from Etsy with like a small business use license, so that you can put them inside scrapbooks and journals and planners. So, you know, if you have any feedback on that, that would be great. Okay. Which question, Lynn? I'm just, you know, like if I was to get to put some PowerPoint files in my store, this type of thing, would it be something, and something that you're interested in purchasing? Or you know, would you rather just have like some of them may have to be the PNG files, because as you know, like the licenses with graphics is what gets so complicated, and we have to be careful of what we give out. So, you know, some of it might just be like PNG files. So you would actually buy this page as a PNG file, and then you can go and, you know, add your own final touches to it. You know, you can still put it in Photoshop and add your own little sparkles, designs, and text to it, and then put it inside your journals and planners. Yeah, but that's what I was trying to think, because I know not everybody wants just to put photos into these, and maybe we could, you know, put in like a to-do list. So we could use something like the white square here. If we just move, you know, this down here, and in here, you know, you could create like a little to-do list. We could put in a journal prompt, something like that. And it would just be, you know, something colorful, something different. And I'm just, especially if you're going to get into like the digital planners as well, then again, like you don't have to create an entire journal or digital journal to create. It's just you create individual pages. So we could just, you know, whip up a few pages. And again, like I showed you before, if we just go to design and color, you know, you can easily change these colors. So you could just give them a whole pack of different colored ones, and it's the same thing, just different colors, and everybody can just, you know, pick whichever color they like in the pack. So they download 10 different colors and they use whichever color sheet that they like. No, I mean, you can use the graphics from the pixel scraper, but you like, again, if you go and read that, it's a big license page. So you have to go read the license page, and then you'll just see, like, you can't use, so say this was the image here. Move things out the way here. So this was the main file that came from Pixel Scraper. So you're not allowed to use this as is. So you have to do something different to it, whether it's just add in floral effects, add in some lace to it, add in text boxes, add in the photo boxes. So you have to make sure that you can change it. But yes, you can go in there and just grab the files. You can grab the PNG or the JPEG files as well and just use those. But you do have to make changes. Again, you have to go in and you have to go read the license for that site, and then, you know, just see what they say. Yes, and that's the other thing too, is once you make your own, they're going to look different, you know. But what I liked was just to get some ideas. This is the type of thing people like. I mean, you know, they can decorate these, have the main image or photo, or, you know, again, you could just use it as a journal prompt, a note page, and then it will look different to the other things that are being sold on Etsy. Yeah, and then, you know, so here they've got these kind of pages too. So, you know, this stuff is selling like crazy on here. You know, and of course people like it in color, but if they you know, want to, they can print it in black and white, but I think if they're going to use it for scrapbooking, then they want to keep the color versions. Well, I can only filter so much through the license. I mean, I'm not going to start being responsible for licenses, but I'm just saying, if I took some of the stuff from the Pixel Scraper and I used it because I'm allowed to go commercial use to commercial use, I would have to do that 50% change already to be able to sell it to you through the store, through my Etsy store. And then from there, it's up to you again if you want to make some changes to make it different. Because if I sell it to 20 people and we all put it on Etsy as is, you know, people may come across it. So you still maybe just want to add like little stickers to it, just something else to make it look different. It's the same principle as when you are buying my journals now from me. You know, you get those templates, and then it's up to everybody to go in and put their own little twist on it, put their own graphics on it, things like that. Oh, okay. Someone's asking me about the journal prompts. Yes. Okay. I will talk about that as well. Okay. Just see if we have any more questions on this first. And now, would you prefer, like, if you were interested in buying this type of stuff, do you want the PowerPoint files, or are you just interested in PNGs? Again, it would depend. Okay, let me just. Okay. Yes, yes. I mean, what I can would be the PowerPoint files too, because then it's easy to edit, as for sure. Okay, let me just pop over and bring up the journal prompts. Okay, so this is the journal prompts, and actually, this was the very first product I ever put out when I switched from regular PLR to selling journals and planners. And I'll just show you what you get every month. It's $5 a month, and show you. Yes. So this is what you get, and it's each month is a different pack, and you're going to get at least 5 PowerPoint templates. Sometimes one of the templates has more than one layout. So, you know, it's really worth the money like crazy, because, you know, you're getting 5 templates for $5. And then on top of that, you're getting the 30 journal prompts every month, and they're all based around holidays, the theme for the month. So you get 30 or 31 prompts, plus we added in a pack of 20 extra prompts each month as well. You get a calendar. So you get an August calendar here, you get a PowerPoint calendar, and then the one here with the blue fill, this is a PDF editable calendar, so you can open it up in Adobe, and you can just actually put in notes. Those blue squares are all typable, so you can just type in and then, you know, print it off as many times as you want. We also give you a list of holidays for the month, all different kinds of events and things that are going on, and that's good again for trying to, you know, if what you can post on social media. If you have a blog, you can use those topics for blog posts, and you can even use those events to create your journals and planners that you're selling on Amazon KDP. So you can have, you know, if, you know, next month I believe is the Children's Safety Month, so you can create things like that to put on there as well. So that's basically what that is. It's $5 a month, and that's what you get every month. So it's I mean, and I was going to raise the price, but I've just left it as that. So that's what that is about. Okay, let me check the questions. Yeah, the circuit is, you can download it for free, a Silhouette, I believe it's called, and you can, yes, it helps you create stickers, and, you know, people can cut them out, or they can print them out onto like sticky paper, and then use it as physical stickers as well. All the journal prompts that are in there, we write. They are written every month by, I have a girl that writes them for me. So they're not copied off of any website. They are just things that we come up with out of our own head, and just write them. So yeah, then they didn't come off of any site. It's a Silhouette sticker, Silhouette, I believe it's called. Well, people do use it for physical stickers, but I've actually seen people just to create the actual sticker, especially now that we're getting into digital stickers. So I have seen them. I did download it. I haven't actually played with it too much. And then we can, you know, then you can actually create the stickers in there too. It depends. You know, like people like to just decorate. Again, if you start going into even this the Pixel Scrapper, they have a little forum in there. You can see what people are doing with the stickers. If you go into some of the Facebook groups for the digital planners, they use stickers like crazy. So it all depends. Like, you know, I mean, I would be more, I mean, in my little planner I have here, I do have some stickers in it. You know, it's not something that I even really thought about using too much before until, you know, I started learning more about digital planners and journals and stuff. So it's just a way for people to decorate. They like to put their own flair or touch onto their own journals, and it's just a way to spruce it all up. The prompts, you can use them as is. You know, they just come in a Word file. So you just get a list of 30 prompts. So you can put them inside journals. You can post one every day in your Facebook group as an incentive for what can people journal about. You know, you can't give away the Word document. You'd have to put them into a PDF. So most people will either make some social media images and put the prompt on there. I have one lady that she just uses like the fun words that come and the prompts as like incentives for the Facebook group every day. So yeah, I mean, you just go in and put them on a plain template and you've got them and they're ready to go. No, I mean, and the only thing that you want to watch with the journal prompts is if you're going to publish to Amazon KDP and you're not changing them, what we suggest you do is you just turn the prompt into an image and then you paste it insert it into the PowerPoint template before you save it as a PDF. This way it's an image and you're not going to come back as, you know, this content is freely available on the web. Or some of them are very easy to reword. You just change a word out. Okay, so does anybody else want me to go over anything else or have any questions? You know, I just wanted to get your feedback on what you thought about the, you know, doing some different journal pages, things like that. Just to, you know, spruce up journals, something a little differently to sell on Etsy in a little different way. It's something that we can test out and just see what happens. You know, like I did that one that I put in the frame with the butterfly and the flower on it, just to see if people were interested in it. So it's just, and it doesn't take that long to put together. Okay, which one, Sheila? And then I can go over it again. Oh, the one there, I'd have to, let me just see if I, well, I created that one inside PowerPoint. I downloaded a frame that I had, and basically what I had to do was, let me just see if I can find it quickly. I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is the one that I created. So basically I had, this frame was the item that I had downloaded. And then I added in the butterflies. This one I just added a shadow effect around it so you can see that it's gone blue here. And then I put the flower in. And then what I did, because this was a plain paper, so this was just like a plain piece of paper like this. So again, because they say you have to change it up. So all I did was just put a texture fill or a pattern on the paper to make it different. And that's what I did. So that's how we get the leaves in there as well. And then I just saved it as the PNG, and then that is how I sold that one. Okay. Let's just see if this. I mean, and then they have, you know, so you can pick up something like this, and then you've just got to make some changes to it. So a lot of it is just adding some texture to it, changing the colors, adding some little flowers on here to make it different. That frame came from somewhere called the Graphics Fairy, which is another site. They sell a lot of vintage photos, so that's where I got that one from. But I've seen something like this on Pixabay, even on Creative Fabrica, Design Bundles, yeah, the Pixel Scraper. Like I only just found that site, so it's just a matter of going in and doing a search for what you're looking for. So if you wanted vintage, we can just see what they have here. So, and as with any graphic site, it's just going through to see what you like and then downloading things. Yeah, so they have some papers here that you can use. Yeah, so here would be a photo frame that you could use, and just again, you've just got to make it a little different. Some of these I think would be great that we could put on our the covers. You know, you want the button, you could use something like this on for the button effect. Then this paper with the handwriting on that's good to put behind an image, so you've got the texture. You can have the texture of writing underneath. Yeah, for what I'm putting on Etsy right now, I've got some digital planners on there. I'm, you know, again, I'm trying to think even for myself what kind of products I want to put on Etsy, so you know I can get the sales coming in there. And this is where I'm thinking like the journal pages. So I do full-blown digital planners because they take a long time to put together, all the linking, everything else. I'm just thinking of like digital planner inserts or journal pages, whatever we want to call them, and then just, you know, some for the scrapbooking market, because there's a huge market out there that maybe we can get into, and as well as just some nice different pages that people want, and then it's up to them and how they print it off and how they use it. From Etsy, so when somebody buys it from Etsy, they're going to get the PNG file or a JPEG file or a PDF file, and then yes, they'll print it out. They can import the file into GoodNotes. You can import it over into OneNote. So that's how they would use it in there. And they're just going to put it inside their the journals or the planners. And then for stickers, again, that's up to people. If they buy like a page of stickers, yes, you can buy that gum back paper and then people can print them off and then they can peel off the sticker. But a lot of people right now have, you know, they're just inserting them as the PNG file into GoodNotes, into OneNote, and just using them to decorate. You know, so yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a different concept, because I always thought too, you're thinking stickers are sticky back, but really they're just individual files that people are using to decorate journals. And you know, even when, you know, I'm coming out with the yoga pack next week, and we're putting in a pack, even though it's just like an 8x10 journal, we're actually going to put in a pack of stickers so that people can use them to decorate them, make them a little different, and then go sell them on Etsy. And yes, I mean, and I would definitely use them as printables. This is where I'm thinking too. I'm trying to think printables, journal pages with stickers, you know, and then what I can give to you to help you, you know, create these pages and make them look different, easier. And this is why I'm thinking, well, if we do sticker packs and not just inside a digital journal, you can decorate them. You know, like if we went back to PowerPoint, let's just do a new slide. So if you had a sticker, we could just, you know, create a shape. Let's just do a cloud. So we could have our, you know, let's just make it yellow. And then if we were to insert a picture, Right, so you could put him inside here. Okay, and then you would just group these together. And now save this as a picture. Okay, and I'll go find it. And now you just created your own sticker. So you've taken pieces that I've given you using PowerPoint, and you can create your own stickers as well. And then you could use those to decorate, you know, or just add them in for your customers in the product. Yeah, I mean, scrapbooking is different to digital planners and journals. I'm just trying to think how we can kind of target both markets. So we could do some of the sticker frames with the cutouts for the photos, but we can also just make some nice looking journal pages. And then even there, you'll see if you buy my, like the August sticker pack that we had here. You know, we created an actual sticker book for it as well. And there's no reason why we can't turn around now and just sell the sticker book as a scrapbooking book as well. So you could, you know, so it's multi-pack. You're getting two purposes from one purchase kind of thing. Yeah, my PowerPoint is slow to open. Yeah, if it's going to open. If I can show you on the website instead. Yeah, so this was the August sticker pack, and then this is we actually made it like a photo album, so we changed the size, and then so you could actually take this and turn it into a digital scrapbook, and then people could come in and put their photos and everything else in there as well. Right, so that's just what that one looks like. This isn't opening right now. Yeah, bye Becky, thank you for coming. Yeah, and it's all about, you know, like I said, taking something like this and just repurposing it. So, you know, I'm trying to give you ideas of what we can do with that as well. It helps me to know what you're interested in buying, so I know what kind of products I can create going forwards, things like that as well. Okay. So does anybody else have any more questions or want me to show you anything? If not, I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. Okay, well, I'll stop this. So anyway, so if anybody has any questions or comments before we go, just feel free. You can unmute yourself if you would like.
So Sue, it's Diana here.
Hi.
Hi. The last one you had, it said size for GoodNotes. Would you have to resize that, or could you resize it and sell it for OneNote?
Yes, I mean that's what I've been doing, because GoodNotes is the larger size. I believe it's 20 by 29, and then I believe OneNote is 11 by 7. So it's always easier to start big and resize down. So yes, it's just a matter of going in, saving a new copy, and then just changing the sizes. You can do that too.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue, for all the good information you have given. I came a little late, looking forward to the replay.
Oh, so nice that you showed up. It was nice to have you here. Yeah, I'm just trying to help you with some ideas, and I get ideas from you guys as well. So it all works for everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Sue. It's Sheila.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for putting this on. Again, I was a little late too, so I'll look at the replay. But can I ask a question about something else? Do you have any information on homeschooling? because, you know, I'm thinking with all that, I used to be a teacher, so I'm thinking with all this with all of the virus people not wanting their kids to go to school, that maybe this school year they might actually keep them at home longer. So people are going to be looking for items to deal with that.
Actually,
I just thought, you had anything you had in mind for that?
No, we just put one in the store. Maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I
saw that one. Yeah,
okay.
It wasn't quite what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. So
I was sort of more on like the teaching side. You know, like kids have things to do at home. That was more like a diary type thing, calendar, wasn't it? I was thinking more on the.
Yeah, I'm just. Let me just grab the link, because we did have like 2 journals in there, one aimed at the teacher, one at the student. Let me just pop the link in here. So that's the link in the chat box there. Yeah, I mean, because it had things like resources and tracking pages, homeschool, governance page, year at a glance, book list, activity.
Of not keeping a record, but of actually giving them things to do. You know, like for instance, if it was first and second grade, some activities for reading or math or
so more
studies.
Okay, so some more activity-based pages then.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's an idea. I'd have to see how to put them all together. But no,
I
definitely.
did look to see if there's any PLR on it, but I couldn't find any.
Hi, I'm Linda Guilford.
Hi.
I live in Massachusetts. Hi. So we homeschooled, let's see, oh gosh, my daughter said it was the worst experience of her life for 2 years.
Oh.
But we had a huge community. I live on an island off of Cape Cod. And so the way I got homeschooling material, which maybe would give you some ideas, is my sister and I went to conferences. There were huge homeschooling conferences, and that's where we got our teaching material, but nobody's having those anymore because of the virus.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you Google it, they may have some that are viral that you can just get on and get an idea of, you know, what they teach for what grades. And,
yeah, I think I've looked at Teachers Pay. I was just going to say that too. The Teachers Pay site gives you some really good ideas of what we could put together. Yes.
And I think Amazon, someone told me Amazon has sort of, it's a secret page for homeschoolers, and if you put something in there, you can't put it anywhere else.
Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it though for Amazon. Yeah. No, I mean, it's an idea. Like I can go through and look and see what we could create for that. I mean, again, you know, like that could be a huge packs, because, you know, if you start to go by grade, everything change, you know, it obviously is different. But I mean, if you saw the other, when was it? Ellie had the alphabet handwriting page. You know, there's things like that if you're interested in that type of product.
Those are the sort of basics that everybody knows, though. I was thinking more the sort of thing that nobody's tackling yet.
Okay. Do you have more of an example then of what to give me, Sheila? Just so I can be on the same wavelength as you.
Well, it's easier for younger ones because they are all more the same, whereas as they get older, they're very more individualized. So I'd say sticking to children under 7 when they are learning to read and learning to write, and things that they can do that would apply to anybody's curriculum. You know, they all have to learn phonics. They all have to learn how to make sentences. They all have to learn vocabulary. You know, they all learn about themselves. So I'm just wondering how I'm really keen to do it, but I don't have any experience of how to put it all together. You know, I have a lot of knowledge, but I don't know how to get it together.
Okay. Well, maybe we can hook up afterwards, because maybe, like you said, we could even do something there. I mean, I'm not sure, because I mean, I think it would be a good topic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
Okay.
I mean, I did see something like word games where, and I'm not sure how, like, again, because it's PLR, how you put it together, but they were giving them like a whole list of words, and then they take them, and then the kids are making sentences out of them. Like, I thought that was a good idea, but I'm just trying to think how you would do that digitally.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I gotta go, so
Okay.
thanks very much.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming. Anyway, if there's any other questions, you can put them in the Facebook group afterwards, and I will get this recording up once it converts over. It might take a little while, I'm not sure yet. And then I'll post it in the group too. Okay, so thank you all for coming. It was really great to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Great stuff, Sue.
Okay, thanks.